This morning's Coffee With is with Bill Kurtis.
And the satellite interview is furnished by Decades, which you can see on Comcast Cable 201, Fios 483, and over the air on 13.2. Ladies and gentlemen, news legend Bill Kurtis joins us, WJZ, this morning. How are you?
Good this morning, and thank you for the applause.
You know, this is such an interesting thing that's happening on Decades here. Before, during, and after this inauguration, we're going to be touring through the decades, speeches looking at, I guess, since Kennedy, all the inaugurals, the pomp, circumstance, and news events around them. Let's talk about it.
Actually, we start with Truman, you have Eisenhower, you have 14 of these inaugural speeches. It lasts about 8 hours, but I think it's historic. It's especially good for the academics because they're able to see one after another all the inaugural speeches. We were able to do it by dipping into the CBS archives, but I don't think anybody has ever done it before. This will be a landmark television event, especially for education.
Bill, you've obviously looked through all of these. Have you found one common theme, one common denominator in them all?
Yes, freedom, liberty. Everybody wants to draw into that, but they also want to put in the essence of what they believe in and what we can expect in the years to follow. Donald Trump will be doing a little bit of that, but on the other hand, we don't know exactly what he will be doing, and nobody does. JFK was the memorable speech for me, as it is for anyone, but I think not simply for the speech itself, but for the times that we replay the ask not what your country can do for you line. Also, a lot of people haven't seen Robert Frost, the poet laureate of America, with his poem that he wrote specifically for the inaugural speech, Blow Away. And Kennedy had to come up and help shuffle and sort through the papers and get him started again. So everyone has a bit of personality all their own, but you have JFK, you have Ronald Reagan, you have Bill Clinton, and of course leading up to the Reagan years, and of course, you know, the hostage exchange. And we didn't ask too much about Jimmy Carter during those days. It was all Ronald Reagan.
You know, you brought up Robert Frost. There are always some interesting Americans that are part of an inauguration. For instance, Billy Graham at Bush 41s. I was there and heard his voice over these loudspeakers. But wow, that's the voice of God in live and living person here. Maya Angelou. It's a chance for the president to buddy up to what is America, don't you think?
A little bit of culture. You know, Jackie Kennedy started it with the poet of Robert Frost, and that tradition has been followed ever since. Another tradition, Lady Bird held the Bible for the first time for LBJ, and it's interesting the way, you're right, these culture, these names, they're all iconic. They all, as you say, rub off on the culture of the day. So I'll be looking forward to this. I don't know if anybody will show up for this inaugural, so it'll be a surprise.
This will be the biggest rating since the Ravens' last Super Bowl. I just want to let everybody in town know that, because like that Super Bowl, nobody knows what the heck's going to go on. Hey, listen, Bill, our satellite time has run short. Thanks for all the good hard work in the name of journalism over the years. We'll be looking forward to watching this on Decades, and really enjoy your next few days.
Thank you very much. We will.
Pleasure's ours. Bill Kurtis.